Okay, like I said, hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. Slay. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. Ooh, saucy. A little finger wag. Ooh, who am I? Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. Hi. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. So, if you're here from my last video, hi. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. No. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. No. Hi, my name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. I'll go with that one. So hello, welcome back. I know that I promised in my last video. So, hello, welcome back. No. Okay, so I know in my last video I kinda promised / alluded to the fact that I would possibly be doing the all-in-one flower power yarn. You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm not doing it. So if you were here from last week's video, you probably remember me saying that I was going to continue the trend of doing a review and do the Flower Power all-in-one yarn. I am not gonna do that. Hey, what's up? My name is Crochet Envy, and welcome back to my channel. If you're here from last week's video, you probably are going to be thinking to yourself, didn't you say you were going to do another review of the Red Heart all-in-one yarn, specifically the Flower Power one? I did say that. I did. I lied. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm poor and I don't want to buy yarn. I know, it's shocking. It's shocking to hear a crocheter say that, like, I don't have money to buy yarn, so I'm not going to. Oh, I've turned my back on my people. I'm so sorry. I'm no longer one with the common person, or common crocheter, I guess. So instead of buying yarn and doing a review that I can't mentally handle, if you're coming from if you watched last week's video, you probably remember me slightly implying that this week's video would be another Red Heart all-in-one Flower Power review. But it's not. I'm so sorry. If you're here from last week's video, you're probably thinking to yourself, you said you were going to review Red Heart All-in-One's flower power yarn. I have bad news for you if that's what you came to see. I am not doing it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. In all honesty, I didn't have the money to buy the yarn, and if I don't have the money, I'm not gonna buy it. So instead of doing that, what I have is very fun. So if you're coming from last week's video where I reviewed Red Heart's All-in-One yarn, you're probably thinking to yourself, didn't you say you were gonna review the flower power yarn next? I did say that. I did say it. I'm not going to. In all honesty, I don't want to buy the yarn. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I think it's just gonna be a rehashing of my same issues from last week. So, and I also don't have the money to. I'm sorry. I know. I'm turning my back on being a true crocheter when I say that. Because I feel like so many people are like, I don't have the money, but I bought like 8 skeins of yarn. I'm not gonna do that. I have bills to pay. I have rent. So instead, I'm gonna do a free video. And by free, I mean I already bought the yarn. And I'm just telling you about the projects I've already started, instead of starting a new one to review a yarn. This week, what we're gonna do is a WIP diary, a work in progress diary, if you don't know what WIP stands for. I just wanna go through all my projects and like talk about them with you, and hopefully keep me honest about doing them and finishing them at some point, because probably like all of you, I have a problem of starting a project when I have another project that's already been started and then working on that project instead of the previous project. I hate to admit it. I hate to admit that. I know that I don't have as many WIPs as many other crocheters, but the amount that I do have does feel like somewhat stressful to me at times, because I'm like, I should be working on this, but I want to work on that, but I like started this, so I need to work on this, but then I'm like, oh, but I have a timeline, a deadline for this one project, so I need to do that, and then I have a project deadline for this one, which is like super far away, so I don't need to work on this one, but it makes me stressed out that I know it's there and needs to be worked on. Anybody else relate? No? I still can't hear you. It's like I'm talking to a camera. I'm gonna start from my oldest project to my newest project, just to show you like also potentially like the change that I've had as a crocheter over the last like 2 years, because when I first started crocheting, I was really into one thing and one thing only, and that was making blankets. And that is not the case at this moment, hence why I only have one little strip of a chevron completed for what will eventually hopefully be a gigantic blanket. So, like I said, let me show you. I have a little chevron strip going. It's so much longer than what I'm showing you. It's supposed to be for a queen size bed. And if you've ever done a chevron before, you know they're done entirely in single crochets. So, if you're wondering if I'm losing my mind anytime I pick this up, I am. Hence why I haven't kept up on it as much as I should. One of my first ever projects when I started crocheting was a chevron blanket. And no, this is not the first project I ever started. That one got horribly mangled and I had to like frog it and like cut it up because of how badly I did it. But it was, let's say, 10 times bigger than it should have been. So I have kind of somewhere deep in my heart being like, something telling me that I have to make a chevron blanket to prove all my haters aka my family, wrong that I can do a chevron blanket. So even though I'm not particularly enjoying doing this, and I don't particularly want to do it anymore, I swear on my life, this blanket will be completed at some point. So for this project, I've been using an 8mm hook. I've also been using Bernat blanket yarn. I love Bernat blanket. I know this is, at least from the people that I watch on YouTube, this is a controversial opinion. None of them love Bernat blanket. They all actively say, "Ugh, it feels weird, I don't like it." I love it. I think it's like one of the softest yarns. It's a 6-weight, it's super bulky. It's 100% polyester, so I'm not the best for the environment, I'm sorry. But does it feel good as a yarn? Absolutely. I'm using the color black, obviously, which I think is called charcoal, if I'm not mistaken, within Bernat blanket. I'm not using it yet. I have it, and I'm going to use it. The colors gray, dark gray, and white for this project. So it's gonna be not just black, it's gonna be like 3-tone, 3 colors, black, white, and gray. So unique, so cool, so fun. You've never seen that color palette before, I know. I went to go pick it up so I could move it away from me, and it fell apart. The ball of yarn fell apart. I am going to scream. Okay, on to my next project. I have a partially worked on tapestry. This is the Emit 1 tapestry from Liz Arts and Crafts. I will link it down below if you want to buy the pattern. It's honestly a really great pattern. My issue is that I already made this once before, and I will provide a picture right here. As you can see, I turned it into a cute little t-shirt for me to wear, a little halter top. And now I am making another one for my sister. And you're probably guessing correctly, if you've ever made anything ever, is that once you've made the first one, you don't want to make the second one. For me, tapestry is really satisfying in the sense that, like, look how good it looks. Look how nice it's turning out. Am I enjoying the process of doing it, of like single crochet? This is my issue with these last 2 projects that I've shown, is that they're single crochets, and doing that feels very tedious, and especially with the color changes in like any sort of tapestry pattern, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm gonna make this for my sister's birthday, which is in November, so I have a little bit of time to just like fuck around and not do it, basically, which is why this one doesn't stress me out as badly as the other projects that I have, because I know when I really need to crunch is gonna be in like, I'm probably going to start having to crunch on this in August, really, if I want to get it done by November. So we'll see how this turns out. We'll see how it turns out, and if I do it. I'm going to do it. I have all the pieces to make my sister an actual tapestry and not just fuck around. For this project, I've been using the Caron all day cotton yarn. The best cotton yarn I have ever used in my life. It's a merchandised, or I don't know how to say that word, merchandised cotton yarn, which is like so soft. I can't recommend this yarn to you enough. It's so soft. It works up so nicely. I love when I like, for like the shirt that I made using this yarn, it's like the nicest like crocheted piece that I have. Like, and I have a lot of yarns that I really love that are really soft, but this one just like hits different. It hits different. I love it. Oh, I can't, if you can afford to get some of it right now, I would, and you like working with cotton yarn, even if you don't like working with cotton yarn, I would suggest this yarn, because I think a lot of people's issue with cotton yarn is like how stiff and like how rough it feels to like work with. I know for like the other cotton yarn that I use, which is Lily Sugar and Cream, it's a lot, like it roughs up my hand a lot. But this one, oh, so buttery, so nice, so nice. Please use it, you'll love it. All right, I moved my camera, can you tell? Guess I won't know until I edit this video. Okay, my next project that I'm gonna show you is more in line, I think, with what I'm currently really interested in making, which is clothing. Like, obviously the tapestry, I made it into a shirt, but the one that I'm not working on isn't being turned into a shirt, which I think is why I'm not really, like, into making it right now. But this next project is my first ever of this kind of thing. It's not my first cardigan, but it is my first, hold on. It is my first granny square hexagon cardigan. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it lovely? So for this project, this is actually something that I am custom making for my friend Josh. He chose out the color palette. He wanted a brown, red, green, and white, like, sort of thing. So I am making it for him. It's hopefully, he says he's gonna wear it for Christmas. I don't get the Christmassy vibes outside of, like, maybe the red and the green, but I've had multiple people tell me this color palette is Christmas themed, and I think it's because there's brown in it that I don't see how it's Christmas themed anymore, which is insane. The thing that has made me, I've been working on this project very consistently since I started it. The one reason I haven't finished it yet is because I messed up the ribbing, so I'm trying to finish the ribbing now, which is why it's got a hook on it still, and the same reason as the tapestry. I don't want to weave in any of the ends because of the color changes, and because I learned after the fact of like doing this how to carry a color. I no longer want to like put the time and energy into weaving in all my ends from where I cut off the color before. I hate weaving in my ends. It's my least favorite thing, and everybody says it, and everybody told me when I started crocheting that I was gonna hate it, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It was that big of a deal. It really is the maker or breaker of a project sometimes, because you're just sitting there just going, it's done, but all these ends need to be weaved in, so it's not really done. I do think I'm going to finish this project in a reasonable time. I think I started it in maybe, I want to say January for Josh, and it's April. I think at most it's going to take me till the end of May, which I feel like is a reasonable time for like what's been going on in my life. Which I feel like is a reasonable time frame for what's been going on in my life and what's been like stopping me from making this, which has been like, first of all, I have a job. I have a full-time job. Also, I've like run out of yarn while making it. I've had to like restart parts of it because I messed up at the beginning of the project to now. So hopefully it will be done in May, and hopefully I'll get to start another granny square, like hexagon pattern, because I really wanted to do for this project, I really wanted to try to make a full like chest sweater, but this is a cardigan, and like I was gonna do it with this one, but Josh didn't want it. He wanted it to stay a normal cardigan. So what I really wanted to do, and I haven't done because I'm trying to stop myself from starting another project while I still have this one going and the others, is that I'm gonna make like a pink and white, maybe red also, like full-on sweater, kind of like this, but like sweater, you know? You get what I'm saying? I'm excited. Oh yeah, and the yarns I've been using for the hexagon cardigan are the Lionbrand Pound of Love yarn. I'm using the colors olive, red, white, and I think it's purple brown. I don't know. I think it's called Mocha. They have two different browns, and one of them is like a more purpley brown, and that's the brown I'm using. But last but not least, my project of projects, the project that I've been taking with me everywhere. Like, this goes in my purse, and I've been slowly but surely working on it consistently every day since I've started it. Even the only reason, like I said, the only reason I've stopped working on many of these projects sometimes is not because I want to, it's because I run out of the yarn that I have, and that's the main issue that I have with this next project is this cute little top-down crop top situation. It's not going to be a crop top on me. I'm going to make it a full-length shirt. But this is a pattern from ABOC Studios. I'll link it down below, obviously. This project is being entirely made from a weight 1 finger weight yarn. and it is a big twist yarn. Oh! If you don't know what Big Twist is, it was Joann Fabrics' exclusive yarn brand. Like, they only sell it there. It's made specifically to be sold at Joann's. And if you don't know what's happening with Joann's, go watch my last video. They're going out of business. So all of their Big Twist yarn is being discontinued. When I started this project, it was right before it got announced that they were like fully dead. Like, they had only closed like the 800 stores. And then like I bought the yarn, and then like basically when I ran out of the yarn, they announced that they were closing all of the stores. So that made it really, really hard for me to get like more of that specific type of yarn. I don't know why at my local Joann's, that was the first thing that went. Because I used Baby Bunny Big Twist yarn, and I swear to God, it was the first yarn that like completely disappeared from there. So I had to ask not only my sister who lives down in San Diego, but my aunt who lives in North Carolina had to ask her sister-in-law to go to another Joann's and try to find more of this yarn for me. So I thankfully have enough yarn. I am currently missing one of them, but I think I currently have enough yarn that I'll be completely fine to finish this project, thankfully. And like I said, this is my like in my bag project. I'm working on it consistently every day. The only reason I think I'm potentially going to put it down for a little bit is to finish this. Which I have to. It's not I have to. I want to finish this. So I'm going to put that project down probably, because I'll be honest, this is a personal project. I can work on this and finish it whenever I want. This, however, this is a gift for someone. I do have to finish it. Okay, like I said, not that many WIPs. I have 4 in total, but they're pretty big projects, which I think gives more weight to what I was saying of like not consistently wanting to work on some of them sometimes. But I'm hoping to make some progress vlogs for you guys in the future. I want to start like documenting my process of like finishing a WIP and like finishing it to like fully be done with it and just like not have to think about it ever again. Minus this one. I don't think I'm gonna do that for this one because that one's messing me. I don't want you to see the mess of a job I've done with the ribbing so far that I have to fix. But for the rest of them, I hope you stay tuned for my next couple of videos, because I'm gonna try to vlog myself working on these. I promise. It's not gonna be like a it's not gonna be like last time where I promised a video and then not deliver. thank you so much for joining me for this video. Once again, I'm Crochet to Envy. Please hit subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram. Let's have a good time. Come back next week and maybe I'll show you me working on this. Bye!